Good morning, guys. What's going on? Welcome back to another one. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different. First, we're headed out to feed the chickens. I know that sun probably sucks. It probably just looked like a shadow to you, but we're going to feed the chickens, and then let's turn this way. Then we're going to do some 3-2-1 ribs today. I've done them in the past. I just never filmed it, and they fall off the bone good, so I figured I would share how I do it. It's actually a recipe off of Pinterest, but I've changed a few things in it to make it better, I think. So I'll leave the recipe that I use down in the description. It's just a link on Pinterest, and then I'll also add in there what I do different. Not necessarily grill settings or anything like that, just the way that we make our barbecue sauce and the seasonings that I use. So stay tuned and we'll get after it in a little bit. All right, guys, so now we're here getting ready to make these ribs scrumdiddlyumptious. Here's the type of ribs I use. They're just a Smithfield all natural baby back ribs. Those are the ones that we get every time. I'll zoom in on this. That's just what I use. They seem to work great. I'm sure you could use Tyson or somebody else that you wanted to use. For the first part of this recipe, we're going to use yellow mustard, Worcestershire sauce. Don't ever know if I say it correctly or not. I use Cavender's all-purpose Greek seasoning. And here's the best sauce you can ever use on ribs. I don't care who you are. It's bone sucking sauce. You can get that at Bass Pro, Cabela's. We order it off of Amazon, so you can do any of that kind of stuff. So first I'm going to go ahead and get these ribs prepped. All you have to do is take them out of the package, obviously, and then pull the silver skin off the back. If you don't do that, then your ribs seem to stick together and don't fall off the bone. Some people don't like them to fall off the bone. I just don't like eating the silver skin, so I'm going to go ahead and get that pulled off. I'm gonna go ahead and get my measurements done. I'll tell you the measurements. I just don't see the point in you watching me squirt mustard into a measuring cup. And then we'll get that all mixed up. We'll get these lathered up, get the seasoning on them, and then it's only about 9:30 in the morning, and these don't need to go on till close to 11. So I'll get them lathered up, get everything on them, then we'll stick them in the fridge, wait a little bit, get the grill fired up about 30 minutes or so before we want to put them on, and we'll get after it. Stay tuned. All right, so now we got the silver skin off. We have half a cup of apple juice, 1/4 cup or 1/3 cup of mustard, and then this is going to be 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire. We're going to put that all in this bowl. Mix it all up. Once it's all mixed up, I'll go ahead and start doing that now. But once it's all mixed up, then we are going to want to take a paper towel, pat down the ribs to make sure they're dry so that this will stick to them. Oops, made a mess. Whatever. And then we're going to want to take a grill brush and lather these ribs up right nice. Let's see, here's my grill brush. I just use one of these $2 janks from Walmart to lather them up. I used to use the other ones, the bristled ones, but for some reason they don't make them like they used to, and all the bristles fall out now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this all mixed up. I'll let you watch me pat them down and do all that. And then once we get to the seasoning part, I'll pick you back up. So ribs are all dry. Just take said mustard and wash, and go ahead and wash her up. don't be delicate. Make sure you add plenty to it, because this is what makes the seasoning stick. Some people don't do the rib side. I do both sides. I add seasoning to both sides also. All right, now that we got it all lathered up with mustard, apple juice, and Worcestershire, we're gonna take bone sucking sauce and we're gonna put a generous amount on here. Don't be shy of it. So you just open her up, and I just make a pass this way. And then I go back one more time, just like that. And I do that on both of them. All right, and then I'll take it and I'll flip it over, and I'll do the back side. But on the back side, I just do one pass. I don't do back and forth. Now she's ready to go. Add a little bit on this side since I messed it up. There we go. And we'll take this one. We'll just give it all a little dust in here. Okay. Well, come on, rib. There we go. Lay them just like that. Always have your towel handy because your hands are gonna get messy. Then take the old Cavender seasoning, and I just do one little pass over this. Just dust it a little bit. Just like that right there. And she's ready to go in the fridge. All right, so it's at 175, but I just opened the lid. So P2 is the setting you need. It's about, I don't know, probably 50 degrees, 45, no, it's probably 45 degrees right now. So that's around the setting that you're gonna need. Obviously we don't have any wind or anything, so that would change things, but it's time to go ahead and get these ribs put on. It is exactly 11 o'clock, so we'll get them put on. You're gonna go direct rack. Obviously, we want the rib side down, just like that. Actually, since we're doing 2 racks today, we'll put one over here. Come on. Now, the flame is obviously right here in the middle. We don't want to put anything right on over that because that'll burn it. So we will just put these right like that. Now we'll go inside, set a timer. Well, I'll set it on my watch, but we'll set a timer for 3 hours and leave it closed. Don't come out and touch it. Now if you see it's down to 155, it'll come back up because I had it open. But in about 30 minutes I'll come out and check that temp and make sure that we're running right around that 180 to 200 mark. And if I have to, then I'll kick that P setting back up or kick it down, whichever I need to do. So we'll see how it goes. All right, well, it's been close to 3 hours. I've got 2 minutes left on my timer, but it's all right. I'll go ahead and take them off now. Let's take these in and put them in foil. All right, so we're back inside. I've got 4 sheets of foil. I'm gonna take 1 rack of the ribs, put it right in the middle, make sure my foil's long enough. And let's see. All right, so this is 1/3 cup of honey. It says to divide it between 2 racks. Usually I do a little bit more on each. So make sure you warm it up. That way it's kind of tacky, but also easy to spread. 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Once again, I do as much as I want to do. 1/2 cup for both racks just isn't enough. So this is actually a cup. I'll probably end up doing close to 1/2 cup on 1 rack. But if you're not a brown sugar person, don't do near as much. Don't matter. So once you got it good and covered, you want to fold up the sides, because next you're going to be putting apple juice in it. So we don't want the apple juice to run out. So we're going to go ahead and fold up the sides. Make kind of like a bowl. But it's not going to stay like this. So once I get the apple juice in there, I'm actually going to fold it up into it. And it says split 1/2 cup of apple juice in between 2. Once again, I do about 1/2 cup per rack. That way if some leaks out or anything like that, there's still plenty. I make sure I get all my brown sugar covered, so I go nice and slow. A little bit more. All right. Then once you got your apple juice in, I like to take it and fold it over. Fold it over again. And then I fold my ends up. All right, guys, now that we have both sets of ribs in their foil ready to go, I'm gonna knock this up to about 225. And this is gonna be your 2-hour mark. So just remember, first one's 3 hours at around 180. We kept it around 180 to 190. Just remember, you want to kind of keep it in that lower range for straight rack for 3 hours. Don't open the lid, don't do any of that stuff. And then your next, after you wrap it in foil, you're gonna move it to 225. Now the 225, like I said before, it's gonna be 2 hours. Don't open the rack. We're already at 200, so I'm gonna go ahead and put these in, and then we'll check on them in 2 hours. Once again, this one's not direct over the fire either. You want to put them back to where you had them on each side. Perfect. You know what that means? It's time to pull these ribs off. There they are. Let's get them off here. I'm gonna set you guys down and do this. Also be careful when you're pulling them off, just because that you can punch holes and you're gonna leak some apple juice in there. Don't get it on you, it's hot. All right, there we go. Let's head inside. What do you put in this barbecue sauce, babe?
What?
What's in this concoction?
Which one?
The barbecue sauce.
There's 2 different ones.
Well, it's the same barbecue sauce, it's just a different. Like, how much Frank's do you put in it?
I don't know, I just guess every time.
Well, that's not very good for a video, babe.
Until it's spicy enough. Until spiciness wired. I seriously do that.
Okay. But you use what kind of hot sauce?
Look in the fridge, babe. It's Stubbs, and there's
Okay.
2 different ones in there.
That's all I needed to know. Alright, so on the time lapse you guys saw me put barbecue sauce on, and you saw me put it out of 2 different containers. The only reason I was doing that is because we have the kids' ribs and we have our ribs. We use Stubbs barbecue sauce, just the original, but on ours my wife mixes in Frank's hot sauce until it's to where she wants it, whatever spice. I eat really spicy food, so it doesn't matter to me. She just does it to taste. And then on the kids we use regular Stubbs. We've also used the Stubbs sweet and spicy. That works really well too. We also added Frank's to it. So I guess we'll see how it goes. Let's get them back on there. Once again, not on direct heat, leave it at 225, put it right back on the rack, not over the flame, and we're going to set a timer and we'll leave it in for 1 hour, and then we'll come back and check them. All right, guys and gals, the last hour is complete. It is time to take it off and enjoy. So here's what we look like all finished up. Nice and tasty. So we'll get them inside, serve them up, and enjoy. They're falling off the bone. It's just how we want them. I like to have them have a little bit of grip to the bone so that they don't completely come apart, but they're definitely breaking off. So, all right, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section down below. If you haven't subscribed, please go and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.